tell me, guess what? Another lucky day at the morgue. I love my job. Honestly, I'm telling you, you gotta join the business. Like the reason why I go on all of Miami trips, why you think I can afford Miami trips because I work at more? No, it's like still these dummies. This is a fresh patient. Fresh dead one. Yeah, just came from the hospital fresh. They didn't even take his jewelry off. No, I don't even think he was in the hospital. I think he was pronounced dead in the ambulance. Yeah, those are the best ones because they carry all the cash. They got all the cash on them. They got all the jewelry. EMTs don't care about, taking their stuff off and whatnot. EMTs are lazy. They check the pulse, oh, they're dead, they send them over to the morgue because there's no point in putting them in the hospital. The hospital's already packed, what's the point? So they send them fresh as fresh can be. They got all that money still on them, all that jewelry. Oh, it looks so good. Let me just put something on there. Wow. Holy macaroni. Oh my. You guys are so many cash on here. Honestly, that might be great. What's that? I think it's chains. We have all these chains on, all this money on them. A rapper. He might be a rapper. Oh, why? Yes, I'm telling you, dude, he has like the biggest chain. This is like a rich person chain. Yeah. It's like covered in diamonds. It's gold, it's covered in diamonds. Carrying all this cash. I'm telling you, this guy's famous. This guy's famous for sure. No normal person just carries around this much cash, 2 gold diamond chains on. I feel like I've seen it on TV. Well, why do you have so much cash? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna enjoy my cash. I'm telling you, if you don't join the business, well, the reason I want you to join the business is because obviously I can't work 7 days a week. I'm here 5 days. So I'm thinking on those 2 days that I don't work, you come in, right? And then we check, Well, you cover me. You know what? You know what's the messed up part? Is that I don't work on weekends, right? That's when the best ones come in. On the weekend. For some reason we get numbers sore on the weekend. I don't know. Practice. People practice on the weekend and all that stuff. Yeah, we're actually having a weekend. Yeah, I can then put me to work on the weekend. And they won't do it. Yeah, they got Jenny and Marco working on the weekends. They're not gonna steal. They're not gonna make the best out of. You know what? I have a feeling that Jenny and Marco are stealing. But they won't tell me. I think they're, you know what? I saw Marco wearing these diamond earrings, right? Huge. So big. He can't afford that. You know who I saw wearing them? That grandpa. This is old man, right? Super rich. Huge diamond earring. I wanted to snatch them. Then they gave him to Marco. Yeah, they gave them to the Marco was a queen. And then guess who wanted diamond earrings the next day? Marco. I freaking knew it. You know what? I knew it. That's why they want to take the weekend. Of course. So they can take everything. No way. No, there's no way. The weekends are the best, dude. This is a Friday. If you could see what I got on a Friday, woo! Imagine the weekends. That's when all the good, paid, the fresh ones come in quick. There's accidents, people get high on the weekends, all that kind of stuff. It's the best. Damn it! Freaking you, Marco and Jenny were. I freaking knew it. You know what Jenny had the other time? A Louis Vuitton purse. We can't afford a Louis Vuitton purse working a stupid job. No. She had a Louis Vuitton purse. And you know what? It was a vintage. And you know who I saw carrying a Louis Vuitton purse? This old grandma on Thursday. And I was supposed to go clean that room. It was supposed to be my room. And then Jenny comes up to me and she goes, "Hey Maria, like it's okay, you've been working hard enough. I'm gonna take this room. And I'm like, no, I'll take it. Here's this, right? I'm done. Supervisor was like, Jenny, let's go. And then Jenny wears the damn purse the next week. Oh my god, I'm pissed off. Because they're taking my people. This is supposed to be just me. Okay, that's why I need you to join, Tom, so we can be a duo. And that way we can split half. Jenny and Marco are not gonna split half. No, they're selfish. Honestly, they're kind of dumb though. I don't wear the things that I steal from these dead people. I don't wear them. I sell them. They're smart. Jenny and Marco, they wear them the next week. They're so stupid. It's just so obvious. Guess what? There's a new kid, right? New kid working here. Knit. Yeah. I'm getting into the business. Yeah. I taught him how it's done. Because I'm training him, right? So we went down to room 5. So I'm training him. I trained him how to clean the corpse or whatever. And there was this guy, old man, not too old. He was like maybe 40s. Looked like a businessman. Had a Rolex on. Rolex and a Louis Vuitton wallet, right? Rolex, big one. You know what Rolex is, right? One of those big watches. Dude, they cost like 6 figures, right? And I was watching to see what he would do. He just started cleaning around the guy, and I was like, "What are you doing? This guy has a Rolex, and you're not gonna take it?" He was confused. I took the Rolex off, right? He was confused. He was like, what are you doing? That's, you know, one of the family members is gonna say, they're gonna ask where the belongings are. And I'm gonna be like, who cares? You blame it on the EMTs. You blame it on the ambulance people. You know? What are they gonna let the family member came in with the Rolex? It could be the EMT. It could have been the ambulance people. It could have been the cops. It could have been the cops that came to the scene. It could have been anyone. Okay, they're not gonna track you down. They're not gonna track you down. Okay? Why would the family members care about a Rolex when their family member is dead? Right? They don't have time to think about that stuff. So I told him. I guess we did. He stole the wallet. You gotta teach him young. Oh my God, I was so proud of him. Yeah, the guy had to lose all the credit cards. Obviously, don't take credit cards, but a bunch of cash. You know, rich people always carrying cash for no reason. Took the wallet, took the cash out. Obviously, I didn't let him take all of it. You know, I gotta get some commission for teaching him how to, you know, how to do the thing. Teaching him young. I was so proud. I felt like a proud mommy. I felt like a proud mommy. Yeah. Well, I'm telling him, he needs to give me 70% for whatever he steals. Or else I'm gonna tell him. He's not telling me. Dude, he's literally like 19. He's a kid. Okay, you know? Yeah, I just like they don't never fire me. You know why they never fire me? I'm the only one who takes the dirtiest jobs. Dirtiest jobs. Explosions, you know. The ones that everyone's too gross out to take. I clean them. You know why? You know why? Then I increase my chances of getting more. Duh. These people are stupid. Yeah. No, yeah, there was like some like explosion that happened, right? I don't know, it was like a small one. I used the lab thing, like doctors, whatever. Like, Jenny and Marco passed up on cleaning a doctor who died? A doctor. Those are the richest ones. Those are the richest ones. Dude had a watch, diamond watch in his pocket. Yeah! And then they had a wedding ring with some diamonds on it. I snatched it. See? That's what I'm saying. They won't fire me. That used to do their job. Jenny and Marco would never. They get too close up. I'm good. Okay. So, you only bring one, huh? You don't even know how much cash I have on my own. So much cash. I'm telling you. If you don't want to join, that's on you. And I will find another person. What are you scared of? They're not gonna haunt you. They're dead, Tom. They're dead people. They're not gonna haunt you. Those aren't real. I've been working here for 5 years. Never seen a ghost. Except for that one time. That, yeah, the casket was shaking. But, you know, there might have been a rat in there. Yeah, there's always an explanation. There's probably a rat inside of, yeah. You know what's the best? You know what's the best? I always know when it's a rich person in a room because I check the funeral arrangements and they get them the most expensive. I judge it based on what kind of casket they get. So if I see that they get a cheap casket for that person in that room, I'm not cleaning that room. I am not cleaning that room. Leave it to the newbies. Then if I see the good casket, you know, got silver or something like that, then I take that room up because I know damn well that those rich people want to die with all their fancy jewelry, fancy diamonds, all the grandmas want to die with like the pearls and like, you know, the fancy earrings. I just take them. The family members can't tell because they're so sad that the person is dead. But they're not going to notice a freaking diamond, like, they're not going to notice jewelry. It's so easy. It's the easiest way to make money, I swear. Are you going to do it or not? I'll tell you who about it. Yeah, I'll recommend it. But we have to go 70, 25, 20. Okay, well, I'm